gals, never hear from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you mounts to the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Chord Progressions. Darrel's Path. Y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. I coyly nod, taken off guard by the sudden change of demeanor. Upon seeing my affirmation, her expression transitions to one of sheer, genuine jubilation. She brightens up so much it illuminates the entire front of the house. No way. In that case, it's very, very good to meet you. Her tone reflects the change in her expression. A sudden shift in disposition is giving me minor whiplash. At least she thinks positively of me. I'll take that compliment. Thanks. She turns to her fiancé. That sounds like a good plan to me, though. Let's get started. The three of us worked diligently for the next hour, setting up the stage. Vin and I carried monitor and cabinet speakers up on the stage as Haley routes them all to the soundboard. She works quickly, but has been kind enough to give me some pointers along the way. So this one's an XLR cable, and this one's a 1/4 inch. She's presenting me two different types of audio cables. XLR has the prongs. They lock nicely into your equipment, good for mics. I nod, doing my best to follow along. 1/4 inch is best for amp-to-instrument connections, but everyone just uses wireless nowadays. I nod wordlessly again. She snickers. Darrel was right. You really are new to this, aren't you? Along with my crush on Darrel, it seems that my inexperience with music equipment is also spreading around the Adler household. Yeah, I've only been doing this for a week. It's not a big deal. Everybody's got to start somewhere. We're going to start with a wired cable test. We want to make sure everything works first before we start working with the wireless systems. Sounds good. She turns to her fiancé, who's at the other end of the stage. Kitty! Vin sets down what he's doing and approaches us. Yes? Can you bring a couple of your guitars out here for me? It's time to check the amps. Yes, kitten. He trots backstage. I have to say, those pet names they use for each other are quite cute. Makes me wonder how Darrel would react if I called him Kitty. Vin returns in a flash with a guitar case in each paw. He sets them on the floor and opens them up. Go ahead and plug in. I'll work the soundboard. She walks off towards the end of the stage. Vin leans over, picks up one of his guitars, and presents it to me. Oh, you want me to plug it in? Yeah, you take that amp and I'll take this one. If she hears both amps at the same time, she can make sure one doesn't overpower the other. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I take the guitar out of his paw. So how do I... Here, just put this over your head. He takes the guitar strap and drapes it over me, resting it atop my left shoulder. Afterwards, he takes the 1/4 inch cable connected to the amp and plugs it into the instrument. He pulls a plastic guitar pick out of the breast pocket and presents it to me. Pick goes in the right paw. I follow his instructions and take the pick. Hold it like this. With his own pick, he wedges it between his thumb and index digit. I do my best to mimic his technique. Good. Vin approaches the amp and dials in his desired settings. Start strumming a bit. Let's see how it sounds. Hey. Oh, would you look at that? I'm making guitar noises. I wasn't expecting to glean so much joy from just haphazardly swiping at the strings, but there's something so gratifying about the whole experience. The instrument is unwieldy at first. It's bulky and I'm hesitant to make any sudden movements lest I bump it into something. But the longer it rests in my paws, the more comfortable I get. I try to get fancy and try to start to press down on the frets with my left paw. I'm able to successfully play a few notes. At this point, I notice Vin gawking at me with a cheeky grin. Having fun? Yeah, actually, and more than I was expecting. He gives me a goofy chuckle. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'll test out the other amp. The lion quickly plugs into his respective amp and begins playing. Haley continues to fidget with the soundboard as we keep jamming. I'll occasionally glance over to her as she works. Her smile never leaves her face. Look over to Vin to observe his technique. His movements all seem to come very naturally to him. He makes it look incredibly easy. And meanwhile, I'm struggling to coordinate my left paw with my right paw while doodling aimlessly. Regardless of my lack of skill, I'm still enjoying the experience. After a couple of minutes, Haley approaches us again. Alright, it's a good baseline mix. Dave can fine-tune it later. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. They both turn to me and give me wide grins. I get a little anxious in response and cease playing. What? Nothing, just funny seeing you so preoccupied with my guitar. Reminds of us of certain someone. He looks over to his fiancée. So, what's next? Let's work on getting the mic set up. The three of us continued to set up the stage for the next hour at Haley's direction. Finn and I did the bulk of the lifting and pacing. The two of us are breaking quite the sweat. Before long, Chester catches up to us. Haley, long time no see. Hey, Chaz. How are things? Oh, you know, still getting used to this whole parent thing. I'm sure you two are doing great. So, how's the stage looking? Good. Everything's all hardwired. We can run a sound check whenever you're ready. Wow, that fast, huh? It turns out you can get it done quick if you ain't a slowpoke. Vin immediately turns the sarcasm up to 11. Well, you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. You sure about that? Because I think we just finished setting up the stage in record time. Is that right? Yep, not a single cable out of place. I'll be the judge of that. As their conversation progresses, a thick tension builds between the two. It's a playful, competitive electricity fueled by their collective cockiness. I glance over to Haley. She seems rather unamused. Eddie? Yes? I have a shirt for you in my office. Why don't you go grab it? He doesn't break eye contact with the lion as he speaks to me. It's starting to feel a tad awkward. Yes, sir. I immediately take my leave. I don't want to be a part of whatever game they're playing. With haste, I march backstage and found my way to Chester's office. The door was slightly ajar. Oh, hello there. I'm startled by the presence of Pat and a bear upon entering the room. I wasn't expecting anyone else to be here. They both parked themselves on a couple of chairs by Chester's desk. Hey, dude! Pat's greeting is sweet and jubilated as per usual. The bear is seemingly apathetic to my presence. Oh, Skizzy. Oh, this is Skizzy, by the way. He gestures to the bear. Sup? Guess this is the notorious Skizzy I've heard so much about. I was expecting him to be some kind of big, scary monster based on Dave and Darrel described him, but he just looks like a normal guy. If anything, he's more handsome than most. I give him a half-hearted wave. Hey there, I'm Eddie. So, you the new guy or something? Yep, just started on Monday. Cool. A man of few words, huh? So, I came back for a shirt. Oh, yeah, they're on the desk. He gestures to two bright green shirts draped on the desktop. Skizzy's got to wear one too, but we decided to take the opportunity to hide here for a bit. Hide from what? The collie chuckles. April. Still as bossy as ever. Come sit, you look worn out too. Slack off with us for a few minutes, why don't you? Okay, but not for too long. The only seat available is Chester's chair. I go ahead and help myself. You and Vin setting up the stage? Yeah, he also invited Haley to come over and help. Ooh, nice. I gotta go say hi. Haven't seen her in a while. Skizzy scoffs. Sounds like I should avoid front of house then. Probably not the worst idea. Plus, Chester said he only needs you to keep an eye on the cafe and back doors. You'll steer clear of the lines if you stick to those areas. Yeah, I just wish Darrel would stop being a baby about the whole thing, though. It would make everyone's lives so much easier. I find myself curling my paw into a fist upon hearing him say that. You cheated on him! You don't have any right to judge him for still feeling hurt! But it's whatever. $100 is $100. He plucks one of the two shirts off the desk. Even if I have to wear one of these ugly, lurid-ass shirts. He swiftly removes his tank top. Unexpected, but not entirely unwelcome. I hate to admit it, but I'm finding him very attractive. His figure is scrumptiously svelte, and those pierced nipples are quite the pleasant surprise. Pat shows immediate interest. Well, hello there. Those are new. Yeah, I got them pierced a couple months ago. Nice. Showed them to Cliff yet? He's licked them. I'm taken off guard by the bluntness of that response. The bear glances over to me. He's definitely taken notice of me admiring his figure. He gives me a sly smile and raises his eyebrows. I find myself reflexively looking away. Pat takes notice too. Aw, you checking him out, Eddie? I must be turning beet red. I find myself too anxious to respond. You can look all you want. He's hot and he knows it. You gotta change shirts too, right? Why don't you show me what you've got going on? It's only fair. My bashfulness has gone well past its limits. I really don't like being teased in this way. Easy. We shouldn't be picking on him too much. This thumbnail's gonna get a lot of traction tomorrow. Oh, why not? Doesn't he know he looks really cute when he's all bashful like that? He unfortunately doesn't. Maybe he'll learn one day. I'm not a big fan of how they're talking about me as if I'm not right here. That said, I can't muster the strength to conjure any kind of comeback to these teases. Let's not waste any more time. April's probably wondering where we went. Skizzy rises from his seat, putting on the Green Chronicle staff shirt. He scrunches up his tank top and tucks it into his back pocket. Pat ascends as well. See you around, dude. He walks towards the door with Skizzy in tow. As Skizzy exits out the door, he turns back to me one last time and gives me a quick wink and a sly grin. He shuts the door behind him. Now that I'm finally alone, I slink into my chair for a minute and reflect on what just happened. That was really awkward. It certainly would have been much less awkward if he wasn't Darrel's ex. Part of me feels icky about that whole interaction. The other part wishes I had the confidence to peel off my shirt and flirt back. And that said, I shouldn't mull on that interaction too much. It'd be a mistake getting flirty with the bear anyway. I need to keep my eyes on the prize, and that prize is Darrel. An involuntary smile adorns my face. Just the passing thought of the lion grants me enough energy to press forward. I quickly change shirts, leaving the one I brought from home draped on the desk. With a deep breath, I take my leave from the office and rejoin everyone outside. Sounds like they're deep in a sound check. From backstage, I can hear some incredible guitar playing. Ben's really good, isn't he? I move to the front stage to see what's going on. Oh, to my surprise, it's Haley who's playing right now. She's phenomenal. Her fretting fingers travel up and down the neck rapidly with a slick and fluid gray elegance. I find myself stunned as she occasionally uses both paws to tap the strings on the neck as part of her performance. I've never seen anyone use a technique like that before. She takes notice of me gawking and shoots me a toothy grin as she keeps jamming away. With a smirk, she turns the volume down on the guitar and addresses me. Hey, enjoying the show? Yeah, that was incredible. I've never seen anyone play like that before. How'd you learn to do that? Practice. Growing up with a musical family helps too. She giggles. Now, sometimes I'm convinced my parents only had me and my siblings so they could have more jam partners. You done showing off, or are all my pedals good? Vin's shouting to us from across the room. He's standing at the far end of the front of house. The lioness cups her paw around her maw. They're good! How'd it sound? He responds with a thumbs up. Alright, that's one pedal board down. Vin moseyed over to us. Is Darrel here yet? We can test his board next. I haven't seen him. Should I call? Maybe not just yet. I don't want to poke him if he's still moody. Yeah. Vin turns to me. Hey, he came from your place last night, yeah? I nod. Did something happen? Kind of. He slept on the couch and everything was fine this morning until he found out Skizzy was going to be working here tonight. Vin rolls his eyes. Oh, jeez, what were you thinking, Chaz? He covers his ears and lets out a broad exhale. I glance over to Haley. She's seemingly having a more somber reaction to the news. She turns to her fiancé. Baby, we can't get involved in this drama shit again. He steps beside her and drapes an arm around her shoulder. He gives her gentle rubs while giving the lioness a compassionate gaze. I know, kitten. We're staying out of that mess. If it helps, he's apparently only watching the cafe in the back of the building. He won't be out here tonight. That helps. Honestly, so long as he never talks to Darrel, everything should be fine. Do you, know what happened? Yeah, he cheated on Darrel, and now they're exes. That's the whole story, right? The two pause and look each other in the eye for a short moment before Vin responds. Yeah, that's the gist. He hastily unpockets his phone to check the time. Oh, look at that. Lunchtime. Chaz is ordering takeout for everyone. Let's go find him. That definitely is not the end of that story. There's a lot more to that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 3 gold tier patrons, Zeke, Toby, and Blue Wolf Alpha. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Safe for Work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!